mode. Dynamic banter. Time to shut up and start the show.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck me in the dirty ass.
I like whatever type of music. This is like jazz.
It's
like
jazz,
swingy
yeah.
jazz. I like this a lot.
Jazz
I want to be
is
a part
great.
of something like this.
This makes me feel like I want to be a part of something.
That's right. And that thing is the prohibition.
Mike, I have a question I want to start off right away with you, actually.
Well, let me think.
I want to know if this is kind of an age-old question, and up for big debate. And I guess what I want to know is are you more of a Fruity Pebbles guy or Cocoa Pebbles?
Cocoa Pebbles, and it's not even close. Let me take a good look at that. Dude, even with the new art, the answer stays the same. And I'm going back to the fruity one. And surprisingly, the fruity is pretty tame.
We were watching the Flintstones movie in VR last night.
Yeah.
That movie's awful.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
The one with one of the bald ones in it.
No, that's Rock Vegas, which I think is even worse. Viva Rock Vegas.
What?
That's the sequel where he replaced Rick Moranis as Barney. Or they're younger. They're young. It's like a prequel or something. Anyway, we were watching that shitty Flintstones movie. John Goodman is Fred Flintstone.
I never got... Okay, let's talk about something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some, like, media literacy shit.
Okay, sure.
Or I guess it's cultural literacy. I never understood why the Flintstones were like... Why they were like, let's do more Flintstones. Ever. Any iteration of it. And as I grew up, I'm like, oh, is that like their like Doug?
They're Simpsons.
Is that like their Simpsons?
Yeah. Because it was like, we really have been talking about Flintstones in my like friend group in our world. For some reason, Flintstones has been brought up more than once in that way, in the sense that it's like it was this big cultural phenomenon because it took the Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason and whoever else, I forgot who the rest of the cast was, but it was the guy that would go, one of these days I'm gonna kick your ass right into the sun, you bitch.
One day I'm gonna beat you to the moon.
I'm gonna beat you to a pulp. Hey Jackie, let's try something maybe a little sillier.
I got an idea for this one.
What do you mean sillier? Can we make it sillier, but I still get to beat her to shit? Yes. Just make it funny.
Okay. Okay.
One of these days, my foot will become your body. No, not that kind of funny. That's too weird.
That's not okay, bud. One of
Bang.
these days I'm gonna drink a lot. Give me a right across the moon.
One of these days, I'm gonna throw your arms onto the moon. I'm gonna rip them off. One of these days, I'm gonna hit you with my fucking car. So anyway,
One of these days,
Alice.
I'm gonna hit you with my car.
But it ended up being one of these days I'm gonna bang you to the moon.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna bip
Yeah.
and bang you
Hitting your wife in like a funny cartoon way.
to the moon.
Yeah.
Literally.
Bonking is called bonking your wife.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that funny? There was that TV catchphrase was about beating his wife, and it was huge.
Yeah, humongous. It was the TV show.
It was so popular that the Flintstones is a like spin-off, like reimagining of that.
And then Archie Bunker was like,
Dude, Archie Bunker.
I don't like people different than me.
Yeah.
I am
I saw some Negroes buying a newspaper.
And these were like the biggest shows.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? But that show broke all these big barriers, these big racial barriers, actually,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of like brought some good shit into the TV into these homes where they wouldn't normally see that kind of shit.
But no gay people.
No gay shit ever, bro. That's gay and that's un-American.
But no gay shit.
Ain't no gay shit in my America.
Dude, so the Flintstones were cartoon honeymooners.
Yeah.
So it was already derivative of a thing.
Yeah.
And which is fun. Everything is that. But like when we went to McDonald's and got like Happy Meal and got Flintstones toys, I was like, I have no connection.
What is
to
this shit?
This isn't for me.
You're right, because the Flintstones would be on like maybe like Cartoon Network or something.
Yeah, like Nick at Night or something.
Nick at Night, and you'd be like, the jokes would be like, oh, we're gonna use a Bronto stethoscope.
That was every joke.
Or like, I'm gonna get this rock brush and brush my teeth.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm using a pterodactyl to clean my asshole.
yeah, right. Our cars are powered
spits in my
by
asshole.
our feet running.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a fun gag for 1922.
And then he was like, I'm going to knock you into our brand new son.
Yeah. Well, they took the wife beating out of it, I think. The Flintstones has no wife.
They're like,
as far
we
as I
have to
know.
replace it with something. And then somebody was like, what about like dinosaurs?
Yeah. One of these days, I'm going to beat my dog to death. But my dog's a dinosaur, though.
One of these days, I'm going to let my stepson's dog go.
One of these days, I'm going to get so drunk, I'm going to leave the cat in the fridge. Alice. Wilma.
Dude, the best part of that is that, like, normally when he's sober, he knows to let the cat out of the fridge.
Yeah.
But now that he's all fucked up.
Now he's drunk. You know, he's fucking. What did I remember? He's like, what did I fucking forget? Oh yeah, my McRib. Dude. So anyway, we were talking about the Flintstones, and we were like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck remembers even one thing that happened in the Flintstones cartoon?
They ate a big steak.
Someone said they go bowling.
Oh, yeah.
Which
yeah.
I kind of forgot about, but there's like this tippy toe.
Yeah.
There was like this tippy toe thing Fred would do.
Fred's form.
And-
Caveman form.
Yeah, and then there was some kind of like order of water buffaloes or something that I kind of remember.
Yeah.
Where they were all in like a friars club, but it was like dinosaurs. And
I remember the kitchen sink was
Yeah.
like a elephant or something.
Yeah, and it was their garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a moment in the movie where it like, because in the cartoon it would like cut to like there would be someone using like an animal to like hang a coat. It would be like the animal would be the coat rack.
The animal was like the appliance.
Yeah, and then the person would use it, and it's really funny. And then the camera would stay on the animal for a second, and it would go like, "It's a living."
The animal
and
would get really depressed.
They'd say some shit like that, but it was usually some kind of pun or something kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah.
In the movie, they're using this animal to like take the caps off their bottle open, like they're getting Coca-Cola and they're popping the cap off on this creature, and then it does it like a couple of times, and then it stays on him, and he goes, "This job sucks." It's like not even like a joke.
Yeah.
He's literally just like, "This fucking job sucks.
I don't see my kid.
I don't see my kid because I'm a fucking bottle opener. This job sucks."
Dude, you know what? Dino. I also remember they had like a dog, which was also a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That must have been confusing for like the mailbox dinosaur to look at Dino. Be like, why does this fucking asshole get to dance around?
Yeah, why doesn't he have to do a job?
There's a lot of, that's why the dinosaurs didn't survive. There's a lot of like societal resentment like that. A lot of class warfare.
Really sad.
Yeah.
That's sad to know that actually.
Dude, also, and tell me if you had this experience, in the early days of the internet, I saw too much Flintstones fucking each other.
Dude. And which brings us back to this thing.
I feel like that is one of those like weird memories that everyone from our generation has.
And then it was The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And it was like
had to be.
It was like the start of people like Rule 34 shit, but it was pre-Rule 34.
What does that mean?
Well, Rule 34
What's Rule 33?
is the rule that if you can think of it, there is a sexualized version of it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So like anything, yeah. So it was pre-Rule 34 in the zeitgeist, at least.
What rule book is that?
It's just this internet like
internet
thing.
Yeah.
From early internet.
Do they have the rest of the rules?
No, I don't. I remember looking up why they call it Rule 34, and there was like an interesting explanation.
Oh, is it like a reference to something?
Rule 34 is an internet concept, meaning that if something exists in real life or is made up, there will be a pornographic depiction of it. But oh, this is great. This
Do
is
you
like
think
fucking
people
Kenny
have
G.
dynamic banter fan fiction?
Rule 34 dynamic banter. That's so funny, dude.
We fuck Kevin.
This music made me. This
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah.
this music? Like being around all the time, like in the late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s.
It's nice. This was always on in my granddad's car.
Like Kenny G shit. Like remember Kenny G?
Yeah. The dentist office music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me that I saw this John Tesh video recently.
Uh-huh.
You know John Tesh.
Yeah.
You know, one of our greatest composers of all time.
Let's cut to a clip.
Let's all go to the lobby.
That's us going to the lobby. John Tesh made the like NBA song.
Yeah.
You know who John Tesh is? Your dad knows who John Tesh
Bubba,
is.
bubba, bubba, basketball. Gimme, gimme, gimme the ball, 'cause I'm gonna dunk it.
Dude, I'm gonna have to pull this up because if we've never talked about this, this is some classic
I feel like I've seen this guy
DB
before.
shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like very of the times. It's one of the most of the times videos that exists.
Oh yeah, and everyone knows that song too.
Yeah.
And
It was famous. It was like synonymous with basketball forever. It got you all excited.
oh yeah, and it's a big song.
Yeah.
And man, I might have to like really dig for this video. But there was a video that someone shared with me, or it popped up. Oh, this is it, I think.
Does it start with him dribbling the ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about. That's what you meant by it's an early internet thing.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it's like very like whatever year that was, like 1989. That's the most 1989
Yes.
video.
Yes. If you ever want to see
Time
if
capsule.
you want to live in 1989 for a second,
Yeah.
you have to see this video because it's John Tesh and he's wearing this fucking like vest,
Like silk vest,
silk vest with like white long sleeve,
flowy dress shirt.
and he like comes out on stage and everyone's like cheering and it's all silent and shit, and then he just like hits play on this little tape player and the microphone is on it and the spotlight goes on the tape player and everyone's quiet and you just hear a recording of John Tesh going like, and you know, I'm not really sure where it goes, but it kind of starts. Maybe it starts with a little ba 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 da ba 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 da 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 ba da da da, and he does this like, and then the lights go out, and then it comes back on, and then the whole orchestra goes, and he comes out, and he's like, and he's like the greatest song that exists, and he's behind the fucking piano sweating and shit,
Yeah.
and everyone's like going fucking nuts for the NBA theme song. It's the fucking craziest shit. But that's the video, right?
Yeah. Did you ever see the Tim Robbins sketch?
Is it making fun of that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to see it.
He's talking about how in the original version there's like lyrics to it.
Oh,
So he's like singing lyrics.
Yeah,
It's very good.
Is that an SNL sketch?
Yeah, it's when he was on SNL.
Dude, because I know the like basketball. Is
Yeah.
that one of his sketches?
Yeah.
That's so good. Fucking brilliant. Anyway, so we were talking about Rule 34 shit, and whenever we watch some like fucked up weird movie in VR, I end up like looking for the Rule 34 of it and seeing if there's anything of it, and then like sharing it on the screen. And that fucking so I was looking at Flintstones Rule 34 while we were watching the Flintstones movie.
They crashed the
And that's where I
computer.
found that ridiculous fucking picture of Barney that I showed you. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And this is the picture that we found on its own. We can't share this. It has to be blurred out if we share it.
Wait, so who put it?
Well, we were just cracking up and like, you know, we couldn't believe what we were seeing.
Yeah, I want the Ralph Cramden version of it. I want the honeymooners showing whole.
I honestly want
The holy
this.
mooners.
Yeah, like Jackie Gleason, like frame.
Yeah.
Dude, I want this exact picture framed somewhere in my home.
I dare to get that tattoo.
My mom would never speak to me again.
Yeah.
That she couldn't do it. But so anyway, we were laughing about the image, and then I was like, dude, how fucking funny would it be if it was on the box of Cocoa Pebbles at the grocery store?
Yeah.
And it was just on the shelf, and we were all cracking up at the idea of
That's like Banksy.
yeah, finding it and going to the checkout counter and going like, is this right?
Hi, did they change?
Yeah, is this? Yeah, did they
Change their box?
Did someone change their minds? Anyway, thought that was funny. And then I was like, the implications of leaving something like that in a grocery store is really serious and not funny.
Yeah.
But that picture is funny, though. Anyways,
My friend Logan Gunselman works at the Comedy Store, and she did a video where she left fake sex toys in a real sex shop.
oh, that's great.
And there's this like dildo shaped like a breadstick from Olive Garden.
Oh my god.
And she left it in there, and that was very funny.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like that guy, Plant. What's his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like
all the
something
fake products,
something
though.
Plant. Yeah, and it's all
Robert
it's
Plant, you're thinking.
Yeah. But there's a toy and it's just like Kevin's harmonica, and it'll be like a harmonica in a package, and it'll be like, this is for Kevin, not for you.
Right.
This is Kevin's harmonica.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
I'm trying to figure out why it's called Rule 34, and I have a friend who I could just call and would just tell me.
Who's that?
Bill
Nye?
I don't want to bother her. It says Rule 34. There's also a Rule 63. Fuck, I don't know, man.
Is that when the guy's on top? And the girl is there too?
This is just some weird internet shit. I don't know. Someone send us an email and tell us what the fuck it means.
It originated from a set of satirical rules of the internet.
Okay.
Loosely defined collection of humorous or exaggerated statements about online culture. Traces back to 2003 Calvin and Hobbes comic that had adult content in it. And then the number 34 doesn't have any real meaning. It was just what they assigned them.
So it was just the 34th one.
That's
rule.
somebody's like, why the fuck is there a picture of Barney Rubble showing whole on the internet?
Yeah.
And then his friend is like, Rule 34. Dude.
It must be Rule 34. Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is
If
that?
there's a version of it, somebody sexed it out.
Someone, yeah. If it exists, and if it's a not real thing, then there's a porn of it. Is that what it is?
No, if you think it's what you said. If
Well,
you
but
think-
I
If
actually,
you can dream it.
Yeah.
there's a clarification though. It says that some form of pornography exists concerning every possible topic.
If it
Yeah.
exists, there's porn of it.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what-
there's even the like Samsung, like there's like there's weird fucking shit, man. There's
Talk about it.
crazy shit out there.
Tell me some of the weird shit that's out
Okay, my friend Manzi, she's great. We love her so much. We've known her for years.
there.
and
From that Barry Manilow song?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. That's her. That's what the song's about, is my friend Manzi. But she's like super creative, and she has this like razor sharp autism for all internet like memery.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
even the earliest fucking shit. Like she just knows all of this shit. And every time we get to see her, which is usually like a friend gathering in Idlewild or something like that, she'll have like this new thing to share with us that she discovered from like the deepest, darkest fucking corners of the internet. And I'm talking like, what are those, what was that fucking site where people would post pictures?
Rotten.com.
What'd you say? Not Imgur or whatever. And not Ron.com.
Fuck, you're right.
It's like it was like all
Hot or
everybody's
not.
art, like anime and like
DeviantArt.
DeviantArt.
Yeah.
So it was like the deep dark reaches of a DeviantArt, Tumblr, whatever shit. And it was so fucking bizarre. It was so bizarre. It was
How?
cartoon characters drawn as like hunks of meat.
Okay.
Like imagine going into like a butcher shop and going into the like looking in the glass at all the you know how like they have all the meats and some of them are like tied up with like twine.
Yes.
And they'll be like almost like a present.
Yes.
Like it would be cartoon characters drawn as those like wrapped up cubes of meat or
Okay.
like pieces of meat.
Okay.
And so it would be like Dino's head, and the art wasn't particularly good, which made it even weirder.
Uh-huh.
But the meat looked so real. It was drawn so realistically, and it was like a fetish thing.
Oh. Like you jerk off?
Yeah, it wasn't like here's what
Do you have to come?
dude, everybody had to. And it wasn't just like Andy Warhol tomato can shit or like some weird artist interpretation of something. It was like literally someone's like fetish that they were sharing with the internet that maybe was commissioned by someone that like wanted that. And then they were showing their portfolio
Yeah.
of like weird fetish shit they made.
Like, hey, you're a really good painter. Can I commission something? But
Yeah.
you can't ask why for it.
You can't ask me anything.
You can't ask me anything. In order for something to be a fetish, does it have to make someone come? As long as the fetish is not coming.
That's really interesting because...
But even that, my brain's gonna go crazy.
No, let's go. Cause
There's a debate too about what a fetish is exactly. Like, does it have to make you?
Well, I feel like it's like a sexual. You have a sexual proclivity to.
What's the difference between fetish and a kink?
One is K? Is that one of these questions?
Fetishes are usually something that you share, that you keep to yourself, that you share with someone under strict circumstances.
Like
And a
there's
kink-
fetish parties and communities.
Yeah, right.
Like you're...
Because it's like, but it's explicitly like there's like very strict rules.
You know what's
for
interesting?
including people in your fetish.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, there's rules that govern it.
Yeah,
And then there's like a shame aspect to it.
yeah.
It's like if you could have a fetish and feel like shame for it.
Yeah.
But that's more of a characteristic than a
But,
defining
yeah,
thing.
and how is that different than kink?
Kink is like when you're open about it, and fetish is...
Kink is like fetish is more secretive, maybe.
Maybe.
With more
Fetish-
rules.
But fetish is something. It seems like you have to have present or like a part of sex, that
Or else it
makes
won't
you-
work.
Yeah,
Oh, and a kink is just something you like.
you
You
like,
like.
doing it. in
So
that way.
my fetish is like a dick. Like my dick has to... I have a fetish
My
for my
fetish
dick.
is my dick. I have a fetish for my own dick.
I have a fetish for my dick. It has to be there or else I can't come. I have to be able to see it.
My dick. Sorry, I have to share my.
Hi,
fetish
I
with
know
you.
this is... We're just kind of having coffee. But
But
dick
it feels
has
like
to
this
be
is
here.
going well.
Right?
So I just want to be openly communicative with you.
Yeah.
Even if that's, it feels like this is where it's going.
Right, uh-huh.
So I just want you to know that
I'm the girl.
while we have this participation, while
Yeah.
we're having this date here,
Yeah, you look great, by the way.
thank you. My penis needs to be involved.
What's up?
Because that's my fetish.
Involved in coffee?
I have to have, my penis needs to be here.
Your penis needs to be in the
Needs to
coffee
be
for
present.
your
If I'm going to come, my penis needs to be involved.
You gotta promise. You have to promise me or else I'm just not gonna have a great time.
Yeah, but I was told to be more open with my fetishes.
Sure.
And so I had to tell you that my penis needs to be present. So
Yeah. What's the
my
difference
penis is in the room with us right now.
is where on your penis did it? Okay. Dude, it's like when is a thing a preference and when is a thing a fetish? Like if you like big titties,
Yeah.
is that like, do you have a titty fetish?
Well, I feel like titty fetish is like, you're like, I want to fucking live in them tits and I want to fucking crawl up and like,
Yeah, it's like-
and I want to fucking squeeze the
have to
fuck
have
out of
it.
house on
Yeah.
stilts on those tits. It's like, I need them in my fucking mouth. I need them all over my face. I need to get my face wet with cum and spit from your tits. That's like, I think that... Because, like, you know, I think we've already established that, like, most people like boobs.
Right.
Yeah, we're like
So-
biologically prone to liking boobs.
because of the nourishment aspect of it, the
So
biological.
something weirder, like
But that's a good example because, like, boobs is something that everybody at least likes. But having like a boob fetish means you more than like it. Everything that you want sexually involves boobs.
like I'm not getting you pregnant if the boobs aren't
Yeah.
involved.
Like if we're hitting it from the back and the boobs ain't reachable,
You must have quit.
you must have quit. That's not gonna, we could hang out here for a little bit, but it's got to end up in the tit.
Dude, that sounds like like a sex ed teacher trying to like be cool. If you're hitting it from the back and the boobs ain't reachable, have a conversation. Make it a moment that's teachable.
Yeah.
It's about consent.
Yeah. That's pretty hip and cool.
Yeah.
What
man.
parent would leave their young child with that person?
All
Every single one of them.
parents, suburb parents, would rather leave their kids with someone they have no prior knowledge of to teach them about sex, rather than to look at your own kid and be like,
Well, let's call one up right now.
I dare you to call one up.
Oh shit, it's the sea captain!
Yes, it's me. I'm celebrating being a parent with my son.
Whoa, that's really big news!
At the bottom of the most shallow part of the ocean.
I can't hear anything.
In my submarine.
What do you mean? I hear it.
Is Kevin there?
Emily's top 3 tips on starting an essay.
Let's say you're struggling to put pen to paper.
Was that an ad you had to skip?
Yeah, I was listening to a book on tape.
What was the question we were gonna
Or a
ask?
podcast, they call it.
As a parent.
As a parent. I forgot what we were gonna ask you.
Did
as
you
a
have a
parent.
question
We
for
did have
me?
a question about being a parent.
Okay.
Would you leave your child?
Yes.
Where's your child now?
Yeah, he's right here.
Wait, with you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you wouldn't leave your child with
No,
someone?
yeah, I would.
But you'd leave your child with someone.
Anyone.
Someone who.
You want him?
Someone who sings about liking little boys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God. I hadn't given it much thought till you said that. But I don't want this kid.
Give it a second.
I don't want this kid. This kid was supposed to be my first mate, and he really fucked my life way up. Give me, I gotta go!
Wait, what's that sound?
Something terrible's happening.
Wait, what is that?
The kid's around. He woke up. That's
What?
his alarm
No,
every
that's
day.
not. That sounds like a submarine
Every
alarm.
day I wake up to this.
That sounds serious. What does it
Anyway,
mean?
gotta go.
Do we need to do ads? Oh, the mayor! Oh, mayor! Mayor, you have kids.
Yeah, I can.
How you
I
been?
gotta pick one up from the police station again?
What?
I gotta pick one up from the police station again? Give me one second.
One of the things I've discovered is that there are many different ways to write a song, and the most unusual way came to me when I was in Europe about 4 or 5 years ago. I was
How are you supposed to look at paintings?
trying to write a sports theme, and I did not have a piano in the hotel where I was staying, so I did probably what many of you have done, faced with a similar situation. So here
played
now the original demo
basketball.
tape for this particular song for pro basketball.
Hi, this is a message for me about the NBA theme. Here's an idea. It goes like this.
That's great. That's great. Wait, dude, hold on. Did you think that was
No, that's a fake out video.
okay?
Where instead of his real thing, it's playing the Tim Robinson.
So in the video that you're talking about, he comes out and he presses play
Yeah.
on the voicemail thing, and then he does a version of that.
Yeah, you've never heard that?
I don't think I've seen that part.
Man, I wonder where we could find that.
There
Someone
must
sent it
be
to
some
me.
kind of anniversary, or I think they just took that music off or something like that. I'm ignorant because I don't know, but I saw that John Tesh thing recently.
Like the actual one?
Yeah, so it was going around for some reason.
Wow, so maybe the Tim Robinson stuff, or maybe because the Tim Robinson movie is
It's a
coming out.
message for me about the NBA theme. Here's an idea.
Which I'm
It goes
super
like this.
stoked about, by the way.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then the audience goes nuts. And then he's like... And then he's pretending to dribble a basketball.
Dude, that's great. What a great song. What if that song played every time you fucking jacked off? Boom, boom,
It's a
boom,
great
boom, boom,
piece
boom.
of music.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's very good. Like, could you imagine if you went to see your favorite band and they covered it and they, like, played it?
Yeah.
Like,
Dave Matthews
they
does
probably
it.
get sued to shit trying to do that, huh?
Bands cover each other's shit all the time.
But
I
the
wonder how that
NBA
works.
theme, I feel like sports stuff is always so, like the NBA theme must be super protected. Like, you can't use that shit anywhere, probably.
I bet somebody's done it. I bet Bowling for Soup has done it.
Right, because in the live setting, you can kind of do whatever, because it's not
Is
on
that
an
what you're
album.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they have a Tonight Show spot. Like they get on Jimmy Kimmel or something. They're like, okay, here with their new song. And then they just play that song instead. Perfect. Like, why'd you do
I would
that?
be so... Dude, I would love that. Like, imagine you go see Weird Al in concert, which, by the way, he's got like a mini residency.
How old is Weird Al?
76.
Fuck.
God damn.
No one's ever
That's
been
Kevin's
that old.
reaction to how old Weird Al is.
Yeah.
God damn!
He seems like 60.
No, he's not. That's not how old he is.
Why would you say that?
I mean, we make jokes on this show.
That's
No!
not a joke. That's a lie.
You can't joke. He's 65.
That doesn't seem that old for Weird Al. Dude, that means like during the time where he was doing like all the songs that we're familiar with, he was like 20s and 30s.
Yeah, dude. He's so good. I love him. I love Weird Al. I feel like he's one of the last, like, he can't fuck shit up and do, like, get into a scandal celebrity. Like,
If Weird Al had a Me Too, everyone would be like, whatever.
I think I'd leave the industry. Like, I would no longer care about I would be like, that's it. I'm done with pop culture. I'm done with this, like, pseudo celebrity worship. That's it. That would be the last straw for me.
So you're still in it right now.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love consumerism, man. They brainwashed us, dude. I can't get it out of my head. Why do you think I love Cocoa Pebbles so much? Because it tastes good?
I thought it was because that asshole. I'm like, oh.
It's because Barney Rubble's ass looks fucking delicious. That little ass looks so good.
You know how long he has to be there for all the Cocoa Pebbles?
There was another Rule 34 picture of Barney and Fred, and Barney is behind Fred, and he's got his hand up his loincloth, and there's a little square with like a zoom in of what's happening in there, and he's totally just jacking him off under his little loincloth.
That's fine, dude.
They're adults!
I guess maybe if they did stuff like that on the show, I would have connected
They
with
have
it.
a life.
They have a real weird open... Back in the caveman days,
Yeah,
you can bang whoever you want.
that's true. There was free love back then.
Bang a bird. Bang a bird.
Woodstock.
That's why there's a bird on the Woodstock cover.
Go ahead
Because you
and
could
bang.
bang a bird.
What's the weirdest thing a caveman banged?
Banged?
Probably try to bang
Genuinely
everything.
think.
Yeah, they probably banged everything.
I bet they like fuck tree stumps and
Fuck
and
the
stuff.
ground.
Yeah, trying to grow like food.
Cause there's like so many videos of monkeys jacking the fuck off. Have you seen these?
No.
It's horrible,
Dude,
I don't want this.
as a human being, how do you know where to put it?
I think there's a biological it feels good down there type.
But you
feeling.
try all the other holes before you get to the one that feels good. And how long are you in the butt before you find the front butt?
Well, there's also like pheromones and stuff that are like leading
you have to smell
there.
all the parts.
Yeah. That's why some people like. Did you ever hook up with people and you're like, never again?
I've never
Oh, you've never hooked up with. Oh,
I've never hooked up with people.
we'll be right back.
Dynamic banter.
Yes.
Let's all go.
Yes.
Yeah, getting impatient. Yes, absolutely. You ever fake an orgasm with somebody?
Absolutely not, dude. Impossible.
Never mind.
Come on, man. All it takes is one little, and I'm firing like a cannon, brother. This water hose is full. My reservoir's never gonna be empty. You hear me?
That's
you hear
great,
me,
dude.
Kevin?
Congratulations.
I'm not fucking around. We're not fucking around when it comes to my scene. So Weird Al's gonna be. He's got this like mini residency in Vegas.
Yeah.
Next year, this year. Yeah, and kind of towards my birthday actually. I'm like, man, maybe I gotta go do it. And I love Weird Al. Like I've seen him actually a few times, and I saw him like 3 years ago.
Wow. June 13th, 14th,
Yeah.
15th.
So I think I gotta
16th?
go. Why not?
Sure go.
Let's throw on the 17th.
Buy tickets right now.
I think I have to.
Buy tickets right
Well,
now.
I think I have
I can
to.
get them for you right now.
Thanks,
Let
Kevin.
give Kevin your credit card right now.
Oh, there's a lot available right now.
Oh, great. So I'm not too worried about it, but
You should get it right now.
But imagine if he opens his show with the NBA theme, but like a fun Weird Al polka version.
That'd be great.
Come on, Weird Al, give it to us. We're ready, dude. They're making a a Weird Al jukebox musical.
What does that mean?
Jukebox musical is when they take like music that exists
Like
and
American
incorporate it into the
Yeah.
And so they're gonna use like either it's a Weird Al like show or they're just using Weird Al music in it. And it's about all the.
There's a
songs or
story.
something.
There's a lightning storm. And the world forgets about Weird Al, and then a Pakistani guy, his Weird
Dude,
Al.
that's so funny.
Right.
Honestly, that would have been way better than what they gave us. Did you watch that Weird Al movie?
No.
It's like Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah.
That guy's not
Harry
in
Potter.
anything.
What happened over there, Kevin?
What happened to Daniel
What's going
Radcliffe
on?
over there, bud?
Switching the battery out.
That's crazy, dude.
I guess
You're
I've
always
never
doing
noticed
crazy
you do
shit.
that before.
It never happens much, but this battery was low.
All right, let's do some history roads.
We
How
have a
does that
guest
sound?
coming
Do we have
in
ads?
like 2 minutes.
We do?
Yeah, dog.
I forgot all about it.
Well, whose problem is that?
Who's our guest?
Ian Fidance.
I can't wait to learn everything who this person is.
Do you read the text at all?
Yeah, but I'm like, cool.
Is your Google broken?
I'm just like, cool. Let's have a cool guest and someone Mike likes enough to bring into his home.
Absolutely.
This must be awesome.
Mike was on his podcast.
And I love being the audience member when someone new comes in the show.
I love being Ian with the audience member.
And I love having a moment and then realizing maybe I'm not super familiar with this person's work, and I get to learn with the audience and be the audience observation.
When we had the whole conversation about him being on, there's no part of you that's like curious enough to look him up.
I mean, yeah, but again, I think the feeling of someone that you are allowing into your home means to me that this person is going to be awesome. And I love the idea of being like, I'm going to be with the audience and learning who this person is.
Great.
I think it's a fun thing when you've got 3 people on the show, at least one person's like, I have no idea what this is. Hang on, let me watch 7 YouTube videos about this guy.
I would do it fast. Put him on like 1.5 times speed.
Let me give it a shot.
We should ask Ian about his Rule 76 stuff.
Yeah.
Interstate
Interstate
76.
And a kink is.
Dude, he would actually be a really good person.
Yeah.
And if he likes Cocoa Pebbles or Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, so boom. 3 icebreaker questions that you should be asking on your own dates and interactions.
Do you do this on... Do you do this on...
Dude, that is like
Human
the
Romance?
podcast starter kit. Ask these 3 questions.
Yeah. Do you give them question suggestions in Human Romance?
Yeah, but this time, dude, this most recent time, everyone was super horny to meet each other.
Oh my God,
So
there he is.
yeah, baby boy. Steve, Ian, Kevin, Ian.
Hey, nice to see
Come
you.
have a seat. Come on
Go
in.
ahead, and take a seat, baby boy.
No. Well, you can be right in here.
There's yeah. It's on the right.
Side, yeah.
I love it. We always talk about how like there's a potential chaos to this show that we haven't fully tapped into yet.
Yeah, it's been 8 years.
And like, you know, I mean, there's a chaotic aspect of the show already, but but we have a feeling it could get even more chaotic
Yeah, sure.
by suddenly a guest is here
Yeah.
in the middle of the show.
Yeah. I have so many ideas, and I just don't want to like say them all the time.
I know.
Because wouldn't that ruin it?
It spoils stuff. You're right. And we've been talking. We always.
Dude, Ian's been in the closet the whole time.
I'd be like, who is this guy? I feel like you have had. Have you had this guy in your shows,
Oh yeah,
Ian? So
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
have at least seen him.
yeah. He's great, dude. He's from New York. He's in town.
Hang on, I gotta answer this.
Yeah, it's him calling.
Hey, man, can you mention my book? Yeah, yes, I'll mention your book.
Did he say that?
No.
Dude, we should fucking
Does he have a book?
Nick.
Ian.
I thought you were. I thought you were talking about Nick.
Nick Hamilton?
thought you got a
Nick's
text from
champagne
Nick.
book or what is
Nick
drink
does have a
book?
book, yeah.
His champagne
Oh,
book.
he was just saying he hadn't been he hadn't been on the show in a minute.
He hasn't.
He's in Hawaii right now.
Yeah, dude. Do phones work in Hawaii?
No,
I don't think so.
Says he couldn't figure out the internet.
he better be on set.
Flintstones.
Oh,
Yo, Nick, you're on Dynamic Banter.
Who's this?
Dude, I hear you have a book coming out.
Coming out.
Is that true? You have a book?
It's like interviewing another guest while our guest is here.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Nick, this is Ian Fidance.
Am I being guest cucked? What's up,
You're
Nick?
being a little guest cucked.
Nick, tell me about your book.
Can I say something?
Yeah. That was Nick Hamilton.
Who is that guy?
He's a good buddy.
He's
Hello,
an
baby.
Australian.
I'm good.
How's it going?
Dude, you have a mattress in your bathtub.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Is
Yeah.
it Elisa?
We call it the guest room.
What is that? That's awesome.
There was,
I used to
at
take
one point we
naps
had
in
too
people's
many.
bathtubs when I get drunk at parties.
Dude, you'd be right at home here.
That can't be comfy.
you think I was worried about comfort? I used to wake up on the street. I don't give a shit.
This sounds like a real New York.
New York. Dude, as a matter of fact, the last time I walked into someone's apartment just without them allowing me to enter was a fucking gay man's apartment.
Yeah, dude.
And he was like, I'm naked on the bed. Come in. I'll be edging.
So
and I
was
brought
there?
a knife.
Did you get a little horny coming in?
No, I got scared. It was in the projects. I should stop playing with this.
No,
This
no,
is so
play.
cool.
You do whatever you gotta
There's
do,
toys
baby.
all over this fucking table.
No, it was in the projects, and I brought a knife, and I walked in. I was like, "Hello, what the fuck?"
It's pitch black.
Yeah. And so was he.
So smart.
He was laying on the bed jerking off, and I was like, "Hello, good to see
We
you."
love a pitch black gay man.
Oh, dude, he looked like RoboCop. He was like so jacked and shiny and bald.
Dude,
And
so when you got into the room and realized everything was okay, were you like, okay? And you just moved the knife away
Well,
slow?
I was so excited and horny, I didn't get my real knife. I just had a kitchen knife, so I just put it in my pocket. And then I go in there, and we had never talked. He had the most weird, deep voice ever, and he's like, "Hello, why don't you come in?"
Oh, hold on, we can do this one.
What?
I didn't want to stop your story, but I do want to enhance it.
Oh, there's someone else.
Oh,
calling.
yeah, Nick is
Is this the same guy?
You gotta answer this. Hi, Nick. How you doing? Okay, hold on.
Tipsy doozy. Sorry.
Did say
Doing
it
a
again?
commercial for the book.
This episode is brought to you by
Sipsy Doozy. Okay.
And there's 100 plus respectfully crafted cocktails for the home bartender by Nicholas Impson.
How do you respectfully concoct a drink?
How do you respectfully talk like this? What is happening?
And that's 100 drinks for the price of one? I hung up on him.
Okay, there he goes. So this man had this ultra deep voice you were talking about, and there it goes.
Oh yeah, do the deep voice.
And he was like, "Why don't you come in?" And I was like, "Okay." And when I get nervous, I talk a lot, and I'm like, "Oh, nice place you got here. I like the decor. I saw a DJ stand. Do you play music?" He's like, "My lover does. Why don't you come by the bed?" And I was like, "Okay."
How many people were in this apartment?
It was, well, he had like a lover roommate that wasn't there.
Hell
and
yeah.
when I got on the bed, I like got naked. I sat next to him. He goes, "Just to let you know, I've been edging for hours." Whoa. And I was like, "Okay, what should I do?" And he goes, "Why don't you play with my nipples?" All right.
Dude, this actually perfectly leads us into what we were talking about before.
Well, can I just finish real quick?
Oh, I thought you were. I'm about to finish. Listen to the story.
He goes, "Why don't you play with my nipples?" And I was like, "Okay." So I'm just sitting there like this, and when I touch him, he goes, "Oh no." Comes everywhere. Whoa! And he goes, "I've made a mistake."
What the fuck?
He edged too hard.
Yeah, because he was like edging, and I guess like it
He was
brought him
right
over
there.
the edge.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, the excitement of a stranger with a knife coming into your bed.
He didn't see that at the knife. And then when he was
What would have
leaving,
changed if he saw the knife, you think?
I don't know. I would have been like, "Dude, what do you expect? You were like coming to my apartment, the door's unlocked. You live in the projects. Like, I'm trying
You were
to
just being
protect
safe.
myself."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if the lights go on? He comes immediately.
Oh, I thought he was gonna jizz when I walked in the room. He needs some nipple stimulation.
Dude, I
and then
love
he's
that.
leading me out of the apartment. I'm nervous again, and I'm like, "Oh, you have an aquarium for your snakes? Is that a 3D printer?" It was like crazy.
That's fucking great, dude.
Did you keep in contact with this guy?
He never messaged me back.
Damn.
I know.
The
Well,
one
that
that
was
got
his
away.
fault. He edged. He got too close to the edge
I
before
know.
the fun.
I know. Yeah.
That's an amateur mistake. I
That's
feel
what I'm
like.
saying.
That's like a Craigslist misconnection, though. He's out there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening out there, I don't even know what your name was. Hit me up.
Probably listening to the show. That is kind of our
But I got the
demographic.
same feeling when I walked into this apartment.
Where's the knife? Let's see it.
nothing happening. I'm like, am I in the right place? And I hear some male noises in another room. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Dude, that's fucking great. You come in here, it's the same setup, but we're jerking off.
yeah.
And also, we almost called this show "Male Noises."
Yeah.
that was almost.
It was
the
very,
name.
that is what it is.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
But we
welcome
were-
to the show, man.
Thank you.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
to
brother.
interrupt.
You were at the Comedy Store last night.
Yes.
You were hosting the David Tell
Yes.
show to benefit fires.
Fires, yes.
And it was a benefit for the fires.
Yes, to
so we could
start
strengthen
more.
them for that year.
Yeah.
Finally.
And you did such a great job, dude.
Oh,
You have
you're a
such
sweetie, man.
Of course, man. You have such a specific style. I've had you both on the Surrounded Crowd show.
Yeah.
You both kill it when you do it.
So fun.
Last time
man.
you did it,
Yes.
you were heckled by
An insane person.
an insane liberal person
Yeah.
because they thought that you were a hardcore Trump person.
Yeah.
Which
What
is
the fuck?
maybe the funniest situation
I
I've ever
know.
been.
I know.
What'd you do to make them think
It's
that?
crazy. I don't know. I guess I like
We have it on tape somewhere.
I sound like Trump? Buddy, I voted for Bernie in every election since 2016. I'm a bisexual little Jewish man. What the fuck? You're the fucking problem.
Yeah, I think I like made a joke about someone being like Spanish or so as just like a
You probably
off
said-
the cuff
yeah.
like
Something
I say
ironic.
like abhorrent shit, but it's always like with a wink and a nod, you know.
Right.
So we're all in on it, and they just didn't pick that up. And he was like, "You are voting for Trump." And I was like, "What?" And,
Dude,
and I
like,
was like,
this is the early show.
stood up,
Stood up.
screamed at me.
What the fuck?
I was
At
like,
one
"You
point-
stand for Trump."
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a short little bisexual Jewish man from New York. I vote for Bernie and every. Are you stupid?
Yeah. And it didn't win him back. He was like, "You're going undercover just now in this
What the
conversation."
Yeah.
Oh, someone that didn't want to back down from
He
their
was like
conviction.
crazy. And then like I got the crowd was like on my side and I got him and I shut it down. He got kicked out and he was like heckling other people in a bad way.
Him and his girl were saying just weird weird misnomer stuff. Like they heckled Andrew.
Yeah.
And then you got up there and they thought you were a Trump guy and then they went all in
But
on
it was
that.
so clear. Oh, you know what it was? I had a condom in my pocket and some guy said he like didn't have a girlfriend. I was like, you know what? You have this. Let's get this guy laid. Use it tonight. And then there was like Spanish guy and I talked to him and he said something. I was like, actually, you guys have too many kids. You take it. It was like a joke.
Yeah.
And that was the turn. And then his girl was like, you don't support safe sex or something like crazy. And I was like, what world are you living in? But it was so clearly obvious. And I said this too, that like,
Jesus Christ.
she made him pipe up. Like she
Yeah.
was like, you're going to let him do this
Yes.
misogynist
Ew,
Trump guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then outside, she attacked him.
Which is
Because
awesome.
he was going after the staff, and then she was running her mouth. He goes, "Come on, let's stop." She goes, "Stand up for me!" And she punched him.
Whoa,
and then the police came, and then there was a fucking LAPD helicopter
What the
flying above.
fuck? Yeah.
It was crazy,
Dude, what if
Holy
that guy
shit.
pulled you in outside and was like, "You couldn't just let me have that one thing. You couldn't just be a Trump guy for
You
5
could have
seconds."
saved my whole night.
Listen, brother, we've been arguing a lot. I needed this.
Dude, so I don't know if you know this part, but while you were on stage trying to diffuse the whole situation, the bouncers kind of surrounded him. And then I came over and he reached for like a full glass. The second time that's happened.
Sorry.
He
I'm glad we
reached
did
for
that.
a full glass of beer
Yeah.
and he was going to throw a full like pint glass of beer at you.
I wish he did.
What the
That would have been
fuck?
amazing.
You had
I
this on
would've-
camera?
I would have gone goblin mode.
I wonder if that part is like visible. From
Well, the funny
camera.
thing is-
dude, if Ben is there, fucking.
I
making
also
sure.
had a knife on me, and I took the knife out and was like, "I'm from New York. Like, do you want to fucking go?"
Yeah.
That would have been amazing to spend the night in LA County Jail for stabbing a fucking loser.
And that guy didn't have the build of someone who was like gonna do well in that.
Either do
altercation.
I, but crazy beats big in a fight.
You're 100% right.
Maybe,
I'll
yeah.
bite your fucking nose off.
Yeah, but fuck that guy. I
I'll
hope he
go
dies
to the
on the
hospital
toilet.
to prove a point.
Right? Like, I wonder if they're still together.
That's hilarious. He was going to throw a glass at me.
Yeah,
That's
he had
never
him.
happened
God
before.
damn.
somebody-
that person
happened.
just wanted to fight, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Fuck. Next time, let it happen.
I'm sorry about this.
I don't think we're legally allowed.
I wish
to
we
let
could
it
fix that for you.
No, this is how you guys do it. You guys do
Yeah, we hold the
Well, I
mic.
thought I was just, I don't know, maybe I'm just too high, but the like, that like wiggle
Are
in
you
it
high?
was bothering me.
You don't like that? You don't like the wiggle?
I just wanted him to be comfortable.
I'm
May I
very
touch you?
comfortable.
I touched you already.
You can. I'd be more comfortable if you got more in your head. That would make me feel more comfortable.
I can't. This room, it doesn't allow me to be in my head. Unless I'm a little too high.
This is a safe
And you
place.
just said you were a little too high.
I'm always a little too high. So I'm
I
always
like
on the
that
edge.
Outback Nirvana riff.
Thank you. This is from our
That's
friend
great.
Mets
Mets
Syndicate.
Syndicate. You know that
That's
guy.
Eric. He's the best,
Eric,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, he was there the other night.
Yeah. Yeah,
He had, like,
yeah,
a-
you were you there for the comedy jam too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost got a hat trick that night, and then I
Oh,
asked
nice.
if there was any room at the end of the show, but it was already 3 hours long.
Oh,
And I
man.
was like, zero pressure on this.
Yeah.
But almost. I had a Kendrick Lamar joke do really good
Yes.
in the belly room,
Yes.
yeah,
and then
bro.
do fine in the original room, and I was ready
boy.
to eat shit in the main room.
That's the best when it just devolves. And then you're like, the only way I can win it back is overeating at Mel's Diner.
100% right, dude. I wonder how many peanut M&Ms are gonna make this bomb go.
Dude,
away.
one time I bombed so bad in the belly room, I went to the strip club across the street and paid a Brazilian stripper $200 to let me sniff her ass.
Dude, some people get hooked on coke.
Yeah.
You're like, I just need
hooked
to
on crack.
You're like, I need to smell some ass to get
Yeah.
over this shit.
Dude, it was like fucking Narcan.
Oh, brought me back. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
We were talking about the difference between a fetish and a kink. Do you know what that
I
is?
don't. I don't know the
Yeah, we were
difference.
trying to figure it out.
What
And
is the
gooning
difference?
and edging.
Edging, I think gooning is you just jerk off all day. Edging is you don't come. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I know. I don't know. We don't know.
I'm constantly coming.
I'm
I'm covered in cum.
Is it fetish something
What's your guess?
What's your take on it?
My
at least?
guess,
Yeah.
I think a kink is something that you like to be done to get off. You need to get off, and I think a fetish is something that you're into as almost like a umbrella of the experience altogether.
Like a more mental, like a state of mind is a fetish, and a kink is like the action of the thing.
Yeah. I also feel like a fetish is something that like it like you would prefer for the fetish to be involved in every sexual interaction.
Maybe.
But you don't always get it.
Oh,
you
here
don't,
we go.
You have to, if you have a fetish, you cannot get off without
Unless
that being
it's involved.
around. Yeah.
So then what's
Okay.
the kink?
The kink is encompassing any atypical sexual interest.
But what about when people are like BDSM people,
That's
but
a
they can
kink.
still just have regular sex?
That's a kink.
Oh.
So then what's a fetish?
They would have to have
It has to involve that or they're not pleasured.
Not going to be pleasured. Yeah.
That's what I think too.
So
yeah.
that
I
one
don't
involves
think I-
cum. You have to do cum.
Well, but
I think I have kinks, but I don't have a
But
fetish.
don't some people like everyone? There's so much fucking crazy shit out there. It feels like some people don't like. Sometimes not coming is still satisfying.
But if it's satisfying, does that at some point in the future make you cum?
What are you talking about?
Right,
Like, if
'cause
you're,
if it-
like tantric people, no.
But you
tantric
know
people
it
come
has
at
to
the end.
exist. Like I don't have a personal example of it.
Everything like exists, probably.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Have you guys
Rule
ever heard of
34.
sissy hypno or popper baiters?
Jump
I
in.
can't
What is
wait,
it?
dude.
Tell it. Please take our hands.
Popper baiters. You guys know about poppers, right?
Yeah.
Popper baiters is a type of porn where it's interactive, where when it tells you to sniff and release and jerk. And on the in-between, it has like these insane images that like when you sniff, it counts down to like when you're at your most euphoric. And that's when like on the video, they're like coming or whatever.
Yeah,
And on the in-between, there's some of them that's like, jerk your weenie like a retard. You are porn-tarded.
Dude, oh, you're so
care about
funny to
is
be watching like a
gay men.
sensory overload thing on a
I
tiny,
have it
on
on
like
my
a
phone.
phone
I'll show
screen.
I wouldn't know what to do if someone told me to do that.
show you.
What we
So
were
this is someone's thing?
Yeah.
This is specifically someone's thing.
I had no idea this existed.
Yeah, dog.
Like you're talking about interactive porn, essentially, where it's like come
And
now.
sissy hypno is a type of porn that is like the male to sissy to femboy to trans pipeline.
So it's like a degrading.
That's a whole
and
world
it's like
I don't
all
know
you
about.
are is you all you want to do is please men and tuck your dick. Like it's crazy. Damn.
Anyway, 3.
I have a video. Yeah. I think I have a video on here of some popper baiters because
can't
I
wait.
thought it was so
Dude,
funny.
do they have Twitch streams?
Oh, here,
You
ready?
could probably do it like because they're not gonna let you be like come now.
yeah.
Your penis controls you. Gay porn controls you.
Why is it a recording?
Satan controls
Wait,
you.
why is it a recording?
Mindless.
Dude, that's crazy.
Why'd you film the computer?
Dude, that's like propaganda.
You just have it
Yeah,
on
yeah.
your phone, don't you, mate?
Jerk your weenie like a retard.
What the fuck?
That's real.
Dude, what the fuck?
So this is like those Andrew Tate like workout thing. I don't know if it's
What's
specifically
that?
Andrew Tate,
Dude,
but
you come at
it's
the end
a-
of those.
So many things online are a psyop.
yeah, they're like these
you
muscle
sit- like
guys.
when people like dude, the algorithm truly is evil. It can like lead you to these things and tick
Yeah.
off a thing, and then you get involved in this, and then like your fetish turns into your life, and that becomes your lifestyle.
they want to keep you good.
Especially with how people are addicted to porno and like all this crazy. It's fucking nuts, man. The internet's fucking terrible.
It's
I've been
a
getting-
mistake.
I've been getting off of it more and more, and I've never felt better.
Nice.
Like even off of like porn and social media, all that stuff. It feels
This is a new
so
thing?
good. Yeah, because I'm on. You know, we have to be on it and be like this and post and
I
ba,
know.
ba, 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 and
Yeah.
then like, woo, get it. That's why I like being in LA because I'm not on my phone a lot because I rent a car, so I'm driving everywhere. So
Dude,
I can't be
traveling
on
is
my
the best.
phone.
I felt the same way when I was in New York. It's
Really?
like most of the time it's
Interesting.
just in a car.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like, I stay outside of New York. So I'll stay in like Bronxville and then
So
I'll
you drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'll just like listen to an audiobook or fucking, dude, I've been feeling like I'm broken recently because I'll put on the noise canceling headphones and I'll listen to like spa sounds for like hours, dude.
It's not broken. That's autism.
Okay. Well, then that's official.
I mean,
then.
I'm broken. I'm the one who's like, you guys ever jerk your weenie like a retard?
Yeah, I am seeing the difference now. Might go get a rub down after that.
Someone did show me a video of like it was like meant to like get you all pumped up about being a guy and like masculinity, and it was like workout every day.
My buddy sent me that because he's a weight like a bodybuilder, and in that culture there's this weird subculture of like we're manly men and this, and it's like this is gayer than jerking your weenies.
Exactly that.
It's hotter.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so toxic, dude.
It's so
and
toxic.
It's like a lot of like lions roaring and like
and like jets taking off.
Yeah,
and
like guys in like gladiator gear.
Yep.
Like this is what a man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and now with AI, it's like even easier to make these weird fucking mashups of like,
from a prompt.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I find it like almost freeing in a sense of like this is even more reason to get away from it.
Absolutely.
You know,
We
like
talked
even more reason to not
For sure.
indulge in this stuff because you go down a rabbit hole and you're like, what the fuck is that?
I feel like we got to an age where maybe we're not as impressionable as a lot of those younger guys, so maybe it's not like as damaging for us to like see that shit. But kind of tangentially, I like the idea, and we've talked about this on the show, I think, at some point, of like this this movement of like disconnecting, like these young kids that are like, I have a friend.
They all look like Bon Iver.
Yeah, and they're
They
just
don't have
like
electrical
There was
stuff.
some article about like this movement. It's starting in New York, where like a bunch of young folks are just like leaving their phones at home and they're going to like
I do that.
outside and shit.
Dude, and I'll notice within the first 20 minutes, I am racked with anxiety.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, it's terrible. I mean, dude, years ago, I had a girlfriend and we would do it, and I'd be like, "Can I see your phone? Can I see your phone? I want to check the weather. I want to check the weather." And it was like sick.
Dude, checking the weather is such a funny thing to need to do outside. I need to make sure it's 74.
I want to see what it's like in an hour.
What is that like? What is that really though? Is that the like need to be like I have to be doing?
It's a hit for dopamine.
Yeah,
it's an absolute addiction. It's getting that hit, and it's getting your drug.
Yeah,
and you know it just like an addiction. You go shorter and shorter and shorter between when you have to have your hit, and it's you know like. I was a drinker from the second I woke up to the second I pass out, back again, you know, nonstop. And it's like, if we were in a conversation, I pulled out my fucking bottle of vodka and I was like, oh, hold on. Everyone would be like, dude, you have a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But when we're in conversation, you'll pull out your phone and then everyone goes, now I can pull out my phone.
Yeah.
And then I take a step back and be like, dude, we are three people standing together just staring at phones.
Dude, that silence it scares me sometimes.
Yeah.
I went out for burgers with like 3 or 4 of my friends, and we all just like did it when the check came, and I was like, oh, now we're just like silent for like 4 minutes. That's sad.
You'll do
We're
it
all
in
gonna
a
die and be
green
like,
room.
man, we had such a good time getting burgers for the first 45 minutes.
it is.
It's
But you're
sad.
right. I think it's like addiction and anxiety and all those things. And because
Totally.
there's a
When
lot
you
of people,
feel uncomfortable, you can go into a world that makes you feel comfortable.
Yep.
You know, you can go into a different realm.
Yeah.
And it truly is escapism, and that world is not real at all, man. Like even the things that are happening, you know, some of them, yes, they are reflections of reality, but there's so much noise, it's not real. And you can choose to believe the things that you're taking in, or you can choose to live in tangential reality.
Yeah, you have to put some effort into like
and go like, okay, what is real? This is real, and this is just noise, and it's fake and not real, and these are sick people saying sick things, and you can make that your reality and be like, oh, like comments and trolls, like, oh, I am terrible, I am this, and then if you start to respond to that stuff, other people in your reality that aren't aware of it start to go, oh, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is it? You know, and then you
What you
almost
need
make
for
this
sure.
more real.
Right.
You know,
right.
so it's crazy, and it's almost like so freeing in a way when you like figure that out, you know, and all you can do is just laugh at it.
You go
That's
back
like
to
the
being
best thing you can do.
Influenced by things that happen, like naturally. You know, just go back to being influenced by things that happen to you naturally instead.
I know
of
you
things that
are repeating the thing that I didn't understand. When you think you say it again, I'll be like, "Oh, you're right."
Living in the
asking you
moment,
to go
yeah.
deeper. What do you mean?
I thought that made sense. You're talking about like all this stuff happens to you on this phone, right? And you go down these like weird wormholes and rabbit holes and stuff like that, and doom scrolling. But then when you're out, you're just like, you know, you run into these people, you see these people having an interaction, and you start to like feed your worldview off of stuff that you see like in front of you instead of just like through
being on the exactly. It's life experience, right? Outside of
I took myself out to Veselka the other night, and it's this great Ukrainian restaurant in the East Village. And, sorry. Well, no, it's cool, dude. If you eat there, you don't have to tip because we've already given enough money to the fucking Ukraine.
And there's a sign that says that.
Thank Joey Bides. But dude, I'm there and I'm like sitting, and I go there to like write and just like sit alone and eat, and I'm looking around, and dude, everybody, I see all this like joyous laughter and it's so full of people talking and having fun. I'm like, dude, the world is a wonderful place. Like, look at all these people together enjoying themselves, talking and enjoying a good meal. And then I go on Twitter and I'm like, we're living in hell. It's like, dude, no. Like,
they're keeping us scared. And
that's going to exist, and you can allow it to ruin your day and everything. But what good is that going to get?
Yeah.
You know?
So a kink is when you come?
Yeah. I was thinking
So anyway, I'm porn target.
I was thinking about, while you guys were saying all of that, which is very good points, because it's true. Like, we're so deep in the digital curse that,
well, especially now with the news cycle, it's like they need us to get upset so that they can create revenue and clicks and shares, and half of it isn't even co-signing. It's going, can you believe this? And then you get upset, and then it's like, dude, it's such an economy that we bought into, hook, line, and sinker.
Well, and
it's
they can control what you see too. Pretty
and also,
much
and then you have other people being like, you don't care, you don't know about, you really think, and it's
dude,
like,
I can't do it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's, you know, it's exhausting, and there's only I always said there's only so much like real sympathy you could have, and that starts with like the people you're closest to, and you could have I don't know, depending on what point you are in your life, that meter is either like way full or way empty.
And it's like you're complaining about this, but it's like, all right, when was the last time you like helped a friend move?
Like real shit. Yeah.
You know, when was the last time you like called your mom
or went for a nice long walk or something?
Yeah. Or like held the door for like someone, or helped a lady put groceries in her car. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think about also how important those experiences are to people like you guys, and for us who has a show that we have to like talk about interesting shit like every fucking episode, and be like, is this relatable? Do people understand, like, or have some experience out in the world that's like shareable on the stage or on a microphone,
right?
And those moments are better out of the phone. Like, you could come up with jokes and shit about like doom scroll world hell shit, but the best stuff is when you're like, fuck dude, I was walking down the beach and there was this guy playing the drums, and I went to go talk to him, and he was like, basically fuck off to me, and I'm like, but you're out here playing the fucking drums, you're like polluting the air with your drums, and you're like calling people in to your moment with your drumming and shit. And it's like, I loved having that moment though, because it was one off of the internet, off of my phone.
Right.
Yeah, it was outdoor experience.
Yeah, exactly, which is so rare and weird and fun, and a lot of people are scared to have those moments and just kind of like start a conversation with someone.
Well, especially people who come to shows, I think, like hearing about like outside shit. It's like they took the risk, and they're like spending money on a ticket to not be on their phones inside.
But it's also our job to entertain them and make them feel good and laugh, and not bum them out with like sob stories.
It's endless bumming stories everywhere right now.
Dude, I'll never forget, kind of along the lines of what you're saying before, like 8 years ago, I had lunch with a friend, and she was kind of telling me and Zoya that we didn't like care about stuff enough.
Jesus Christ.
And behind her, someone had like died in a hot car. And I watched we were eating outside, and like ambulance pulls up, and like the cops are there, and they're checking on this guy. And all this is happening while this person is like, you're just not in touch with the world around you. And they like take somebody off in an ambulance. Dude, and I was like, I'll never like
the best.
I'll never like think about anything that person says ever.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
The universe gave you that little nugget.
It was crazy.
I have a picture on my phone of this thing in Austin I saw that was so fucking just, it encapsulates everything. There's a mural that said all Black Lives Matter, and on the ground was black people homeless sleeping on the ground. Oh, that's fun. Well, at least you guys made the mural. Your job's done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's all fucking performative.
They did get their good deed.
Yeah,
for the
it's
year
not
or
even a
whatever.
good deed to help someone else. It's a good deed to make them feel like they're doing something like, wow, my job here is done.
It's the least amount of effort.
And then in the real world, like people walking by that group of people every day, being like, we got to hurry past this block.
Yeah. It's just, all you can do is just laugh.
Yeah, but what do you think about this, though?
I think that's how I wake up every morning. That's awesome. Were you guys ever yank your wiener to cartoon guys?
We were just talking about that.
Really?
So
Rule
much
34,
Flintstone
yeah.
shit.
You know about
Really?
Rule 34?
No.
If it exists, there's like porn of it.
Oh,
Essentially.
wow. Do you know Rule 64?
I think you mentioned Rule 64. Tell us what Rule 64 is.
Oh, Rule 64 is a thing in recovery to never take anything too seriously.
That's great.
Never forget to have fun.
And so many rules in between.
Never
Why?
forget.
What'd you say Rule 64 was?
I didn't say it was anything. I was
Oh.
just like very curious about what the other rules might be.
There's so many other rules.
Wow, yeah. What are
What's
some
Rule
of them? Do you
69,
know?
I wonder.
I want the book.
Sexy.
I want the whole book.
Rule 69 is the man should never be on top. That's Rule 69.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, no, I never really there were a lot of those when I was a younger lad. There were those like horny anime things with big boobs.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, them titties looking kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. And so, but I don't know if it was ever like a jerk offable thing. It was just like, man, that's pretty hot, not bad.
I remember I was attracted to Disney princesses, but I never went the next step to be like, I wonder what they look like fucking.
That's crazy. To
You
me.
want to fall in love with the Disney prince. You don't want to fucking like picture him
Princess.
You want to be in love with the Disney
Princess.
God. More intolerant. Than,
Was it the nice qualities? Like, what was it? It was how nice they
I
are.
loved
how
Ariel.
strong.
I loved Jasmine. I loved Nala, Bambi, which I found out Bambi was a boy, and that explains a lot. And also, I'm bearing the lead. An animal.
There's some femme shit going on with Bambi, though, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the
weirdest
name's
thing-
Bambi. A boy named Bambi? What?
And they have a makeup tutorial YouTube channel.
Yeah.
The weirder
And
thing,
a weird mukbang channel.
we love the mukbang channels up in here. The weirdest thing to me about the Disney princess shit is that they're like all like 14-year-old girls
Yeah.
in their universes. And
Are
so
they?
I mean,
Is Ariel a...
Ariel's only like 14, I think.
Nuh-uh.
because all the
Oh, okay. I feel good about it
'Cause you
I
were
was
a kid.
attracted to
Yeah,
them when I
yeah.
was
That's
younger.
okay.
But I still don't have the interest.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah. I wasn't insinuating.
Right, everyone.
Oh, am I happy?
Yeah.
And guys like don't like that anymore, right? Let's go around and say,
Everyone says something they don't like
free to
anymore, but
say
they used to like.
dude. I remember. Dude, I remember whenever the internet roulette used to land on fucking, here's what you arrived to today. It's the fucking Flintstones fucking each
The
other.
Flintstones fucking.
I feel like if I jerked off to that, it was just like, okay, well, the internet's real slow, and it took me a long
And
time
I got
to do.
this one up already.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Like, that's good
Internet
enough for
roulette?
I'm talking
me.
about like early days of the internet,
Yeah.
where you would like download a JPEG from an email,
Yeah.
instead of like go to like a Pornhub.com,
Right, yes.
and be like, okay, well, this is the naked thing I see today. It just happens to be Fred Flintstone and Wilma.
And because it took so long to download any other shit, you're like, guess I'll fucking make the most of
I'm
it.
not gonna wait for this picture of Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, exactly. The one where it hasn't even gotten to her boobs
Yeah, it's
yet.
just her head.
I can't jag off to this neckline.
Dude, most devastating sexual thing that's ever happened to me in my life was me and my friend Rich. This is early days of the internet, like 100 free hours type shit.
Yeah.
This picture was downloading, and it was like a guy and a girl. The guy was behind the girl, but they were both like upright facing the camera, and they were kissing each other. You know that they were making some kind of physical love.
Some passion is there.
I was hoping it wasn't a long one.
Here, I'll do
So it's the guy in the bed there. Okay, so this guy and this girl were making physical love. Dude, I don't like these videos. Dude. Do 50 push-ups. Do 50 push-ups. Give yourself over to Satan. Somebody's gonna jerk off to this.
I'm already jacking off. Kevin's been jacking off this whole episode. That's my favorite new movie in theaters now.
Who's Kevin? So anyway, dude, we're waiting for this picture to download. When it gets past their waist, the girl is shitting into another guy's mouth.
Wow, dude, that's what the internet was like back then.
Yeah.
Sometimes you download something.
Satan's breakfast. That's what it was jarring. I remember thinking.
Well,
that
did you finish the tug?
Oh, I wasn't tugging. We were just like two boys next to each other looking for naked shit on the internet. This is like brand new.
That's the thing. Like,
I was
you know,
this close to being a pretty bad.
Did you guys jerk it with your friends?
I wasn't gonna yuck anybody's yums about the poop stuff, but it never fucking. That was instant soft when the poop
When
stuff
there
was
was poop
involved.
stuff.
No, I
Yeah.
did not jerk off with my friends.
I've been offered a bunch of times, and it sounds like the beginning of like every gay discovery.
It's crazy. I mean, not crazy. I guess that's kind of not the right word for it, but it's interesting how often
It's
that
wrong. I would call it
happens.
wrong, right,
Well,
guys?
you know, I mean, if the Lord's listening,
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. That's how you ask your friend if you could watch Total Recall and jerk off.
welcome to hell. Now we're gonna jack off. It's like that's not so bad. We're going in this room with all your friends. We're gonna jag off together.
Yeah, dude.
We talk about how the Beatles
dude.
jacked off together. Did you know that? The
Yeah.
Beatles jacked off together.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
Kind of like a
pretty
cool
nice.
friend thing to do.
I guess you don't become the biggest band in the world unless you jag off.
You all
with your
got to be on the
friends.
same page.
All the big bands did it.
You know, if you want greatness, you got to be like in sync.
We're
Now,
not-
do you guys want this podcast to be really great?
We're not cracking this song, Paul. What do we do?
I want to come.
Let's come together.
You
we
have
gotta
to
jag
watch
off.
me come.
We jag off in Ringo's count.
Hey, Jude, I came my pants.
With your dad once.
He was in the room.
Help! I cream my jeans. Help!
Dude, I remember being at a sleepover, and it was like we were playing whatever Dreamcast game, and then there was like a long silence, and then my friend was like, "You know, when we get to college, we're gonna have to jerk off with our friends." He's like, you know, as a matter of fact, you know that is.
That's
gonna
like
happen.
as scary as when
What?
they're like, you know, when we get to high school, we're gonna have to take showers together, right?
Dude, that's kind of
And you were
weird.
like,
That's what I'm saying.
let's just work on getting First Holy Communion first.
Can we work on our sins?
Can I just figure out my confirmation name? Yeah, a lot is coming at me at once.
We haven't cracked this cooties thing yet.
Until there's a vaccine, I'm not jerking
There's
off
no
on
vaccine.
anyone.
I'll never forget, we were sitting in my room in like 7th or 8th grade, and we had just gotten like the first porno tape ever. And my buddy, we were all virgins, never even like kiss girls. And my friend out of nowhere goes, I heard they like it when you grab them like this. And we're like, yeah, you're right.
Damn.
This guy doesn't know. What is he talking about?
Dude, I've told this story a million times, but the first time we ever, I ever got to second base with a girl, we went to the movies, and I stuck my hand in her bra, and I just left it there for the duration of the whole
That's
movie.
nice.
Incredible.
Kind of a bummer.
There's nothing more comfortable than that, I don't think.
I was having a great time, but there's no way her like trying to reach for popcorn and not.
Do you ever
Oh
put
my
your
God.
hand like on your penis while you're watching cartoons or something? Like not jacking off. Let's not
What?
get weird.
Just to remember that it's there.
Just to remember that it's there. You get one of those like I'm so comfortable. I just want to touch my penis for a second.
Yeah, I've had that.
And then you come right out and you go like, that was nice.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
like,
you know, it
I'm in
wasn't
the
for jacking
DMV.
off. Not in the DMV. I mean, come on.
You ever
What are you
do
talking
that?
about?
That's a government institution. Like Al Bundy did it basically.
Yeah, when you just
stuck
rest your hand on your
Yeah, you
pants.
rest your hand in your
Oh.
pants a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you
nice.
gotta grab them.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on Dynamic
Would
Banter.
love having you here, man.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Will you come back
What
tomorrow?
do you have coming up?
Oh man, I'm on the road every weekend until 2026.
Oh yeah.
IanFidance.com for all my dates. iAnimal69. Being Ian with Jordan is a podcast, and my special is Ian Fidance Wild, Happy, and Free out on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, it was
great. I
really
fucking love
fun.
you
Those
guys.
are the
It
clips
was
I've been
so
seeing.
fun.
Yeah.
It was a
Dude,
good time.
I a lot of your fans were talking about the different energy of the guests. And they were like, it's nice to see a guest that kind of keeps both of them calm.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was just sitting there having a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah. We don't even realize, but some of the feedback we get is like they didn't even acknowledge the guest until 20 minutes in.
They didn't
It is
even
a
jack
lot.
off this time.
I talked to Laura Peak about that because I was like, I love them so much. I don't want to be a dud guest, you know?
Yeah.
And she was like, sometimes you're just there and you just kind of watch them do what they do. I was like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, yeah. We forget that people are there sometimes, or if we're on a hot one and we're like arguing, and
Yeah.
we can't shelve it for this show.
Yeah.
We'll just like argue and then be like, all right, what do you think? Who's right? Who's right?
At the last second, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you ever
That's
do
great.
it live, that show? And do you like doing that?
Oh yeah, it's so fun.
We have so
man.
much fun when we do DB
It's so
live.
fun, and it's cool because the people that dig you in the show, they get like your cadence and rhythm. So it's like you don't even have to try
Yeah.
for jokes. They know your dynamic banter, and so they just are along for the ride, and it's so fun.
That's
I
nice.
really enjoy it. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it's a good time.
It is the coolest gathering of people is like live podcast crowd because like
Yeah.
everyone's in on the dude,
Yeah,
it's very
yeah,
nice.
it's neat, man.
All right, let's
Tom.
cut to my friend Roy Edwin
I outta
Williams
here?
with Falling Leaves.
Oh, okay.
That was a headgum podcast.